Hi, good evening. Welcome to Worthy Wednesdays with Latresa. Let's sow and watch your book sales grow. That's our topic on tonight. I am so excited that you all are here. Let me know that you're here. You can either put a heart in the comment box, you can put hey in the box. Just let me know you're present. I want to make sure I address you. I am Latresa Rice, your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. We got another hot topic on today. Y'all, hot topic on today. Let's sow and watch your book sales grow. You're probably thinking to yourself, what is she talking about? Sowing what, baby? What are we sowing? Are we sowing money? Are we sowing seeds? What are we sowing? I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you what we're sowing on tonight. If we're going to watch our book sales grow, we have to first remember to sow. When you think about sowing, you're thinking about planting seeds somewhere, right? And you're thinking about a crop that's going to grow up and it's going to be fruitful because there'll be fruit on this crop, right? Well, it's the same thing when you're talking about writing your story, writing your book. You're going to need to sow. So the first thing I want you to put in the comment section is an S. Put an S in the comment section, dash, and this is what I'm going to tell you what that letter stand for. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Put a heart in the box. Let me know you're ready. You rolling with me. Let's go. All right. S, dash, share emotions, smells, and how things felt during the encounter. What does that mean? When I think back to when I was writing my book, right? When I was writing the book, Gate to Life. I'm going to go to that one because that's the one that's more privy to you all right now. So when I think about when I was writing the book, Gate to Life, and I had never written a book before, it was scary to even think about it as I'm writing a book. I didn't know anybody connected to me that wrote a book. And so I'm like, what do I do? The first thing I decided to do was just kind of list names, people in my life, right? But when you're listing names and you could be random. Too often you all get stuck in the semantics of things. We get stuck. And listen, your girl has been there. I was stuck for a minute. And I had to say, wait a minute, let's just peel the layers off and start one thing at a time. So what happened? So you can write down what happened, right? Who was present? Who was present when it happened? Did you smell anything? Did you feel anything? What kind of sounds did you hear? Just write the stuff down. Don't even worry about writing the book yet. All you're doing is writing down the event. You're writing down, and when you're writing, you're exercising your authority, the authority that God has given you. I see you, Madonna. You're exercising the authority that God has given you. When you're talking about writing is so powerful. When you think about royalty, whenever the king wrote something, it was done. That thing was sealed, right? So when you are walking through your healing journey to wholeness, you're writing, you're exercising your authority over the emotions, over the things that you are experiencing. And one aspect of that is sharing the emotions, smells, and how you felt during the encounter that you're going to have in the book. How many different incidents are you putting in your book? What did you experience? And you can look for things and patterns later. But right now, we just want to jot it down. Let's brainstorm. Just jot it down. What do you think is important for the people that God has called to read the book that is in you, that only you can produce? What's important? What is the main thing that they need to know? What is the purpose behind this book? And whatever that purpose is behind the book, the stories or the incidents that you face in your life that are linked to that purpose, you need to go ahead and write that out. You got to share your emotions. How did you feel? How can you make me feel what you felt in your writing? Because if I'm reading it, then we're thinking about our client at this moment. We're thinking about the person that's going to buy this book. Again, we're sowing as we watch our book sales grow. So think about the person that's going to buy this book. If I'm going to buy the book, I want to buy a book that pulls me into the story. And one of the ways you're going to pull me into your story is by sharing with me your real emotions. Were you happy? Why was you happy? What happened? Were you sad? Why was you sad? How sad were you? What things can indicate how you really felt at that moment? What actions did you take? What were some of the behaviors that occurred? Those type of things are in that S part of sow, right? So we're sharing. We got S dash share emotions, smells, and how things felt during the encounter. That's the first thing that we're going to do. If we're going to sow and watch our book sales grow, we have to be authentic. We have to make sure that we are being very clear. We have to make sure that the reader can feel what we felt in the moment so that they can feel what we felt when we got out of that moment. It's not enough to make somebody feel all the pain if you can't let them feel the joy. Because if you're not still stuck there, then how did you get to where you are? And if you're writing this type of book, again, I am Latresa Rice. I'm your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. So if we're writing and we're exercising our authority through writing and we're making sure we're reaching somebody else that may be in a position we were in, then we got to share our real emotions and how we felt in that moment. We got to share what steps we took to get out of that moment. We have to share what type of resources were available to us to help us get out of that moment, right? So the first thing that you're doing, we're putting the S dash share emotions, smells, how things felt during the encounter. Hi, sis. I see you, Latanya. You have to make sure you're doing that. The next thing that we need to do, if we are going to sow and watch our book sales grow, I want you to put an O in the comment section. Put an O there, dash, overcome your fears with truth. O dash overcome your fears with truth. What does this mean? Sometimes when it's the first thing and it's something that you've never done before, there's a fear. You may fear rejection. Nobody's going to read it. You may fear one of those thoughts that come to your mind. It's not going to be that good because I've never written a book before. It's probably going to suck. It's not going to be that good. All those different fears, you need to overcome those things with truth. If you're going to sow and watch your book sales grow, you're going to need to plan in advance because those things are going to come up. Listen, those mental attacks are going to come up because the people that book is designed to reach, if you don't finish it, they'll never receive it. And if they never receive it, then they can't get the freedom that is available to them because you're operating in obedience. You're exercising the authority that God has given you through writing. So we have to overcome fears with truth. Sometimes in overcoming the fear with truth, hi, Sylvia, love you. Sometimes overcoming the fear with truth means that you're going to need to post the actual truth, scriptures in relation to the fear that has arisen. And you're going to need to read out loud what those scriptures, anytime that thought comes up, you have to read out loud the scripture that you found in relation to the fear. If we're overcoming fear, the one thing that you can do to overcome the fear is to do it. So we need to continue to write. The other thing that we're going to need to do to overcome that fear with truth is we need to declare it. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, right? The scripture doesn't stop there. It also continues, and they that love it will eat the fruit thereof. You are not called to love your tongue, but you are supposed to use it. We're supposed to use it. There is power in the tongue, and the power that's in the tongue, you're supposed to exercise death first. So what are we killing? We're going to kill fear. We're going to kill doubt. We're going to kill those things first, right? So death, we're speaking death first over things that are not fruitful, and then we're going to speak life. Speak life. I will publish this book. I will walk in my destiny. I will be used by God to reach the people who this book has been designed to reach. I will not stand in my own way. I will not stand in the way of the other people's breakthrough by failing to publish the book that God has called me to write. He's given me the authority to write it. He's given me the mind to write it, and I'm going to get out of my own way. Yes, Latanya, you will publish the book. This book has to come forth. So we are sowing and watching our book sales grow. The first thing that we said we need to do, put an S dash, share emotions, smells, and how things felt during the encounter. You're going to list out your encounters and share how things felt. Just write it down. Don't worry about structuring it yet. Just write it down. The second thing that you're doing, we're sowing, right? The second thing that we're doing is we are overcoming fears with truth. Okay? And last but not least, the last thing that we are doing, come on. The last thing we are doing is put W in the comment section, and I want you to put welcome wisdom from those who have successfully published and launch their books. You have to welcome wisdom from those who've been where you desire to go. Welcome wisdom from those who have successfully published and launched their books. Too often, when we know God has called us to do something new that we've never done before, too often we feel like we cannot share that with those who relevant people who are operating in wisdom. We hold all of it to ourselves, and you hurt yourself in the process. Pride comes before a fall. There is somebody that's walked the path that you desire to walk. There is somebody that's walked it successfully, and they can also share with you the bumps that they actually hit along the way. But if you don't open your mouth and share the vision that God has given you with someone, right? You got to be the right person. Ask God for direction. If you don't open your mouth and share the vision that God has given you with someone that he's leading you to share that with, who's actually been there and can give you some insight, then you hurt yourself. And if that person is speaking wisdom to you with regards to what you should be doing in order to actually manifest that book, or in order to actually manifest that thing, then you should be receiving it. If you're going to sow, you should also reap. That's an aspect of reaping. Too often, there are some of us that are fine with sowing, but we struggle with receiving. I can give you something all day, but to receive, it's a little difficult. But it's a little difficult because we have not healed in certain areas. If you're going to sow and watch your book sales grow, it's going to require some healing. It will require some authenticity, and it will require you overcoming your fears. So let's share the emotions, smells, and how things felt during the encounter. Overcome your fears with truth, and welcome wisdom from those who have successfully published and launched their books. I hope this has blessed you. Listen, on March 26th of this year at 2 p.m., I am hosting Writer's Block Removal. It's a free master's class. If you are interested in joining that free masterclass on March 26th at 2 p.m., then in the comment box, I want you to put "tell me more," and I'll make sure you get that information. Again, I am Latresa Rice, your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. I thank you all for being here. Have an amazing night. Hey, sister, I see you, Rochelle. God bless you. God bless you all. I hope this has blessed you. If you believe that this could be a blessing to someone else, share this video on your stream so that they can be blessed. All right. Have an amazing night. Love y'all.